Why? Could talk about he not speaking on nobody. You know why? Because he don't got nothing to say. He not even speaking on nothing over there. He just letting do this all day. I ain't gonna say nothing, but I'm gonna let this one say whatever. And pray that Rem not gonna say nothing to refute it. Nah, them days is over. You don't get that grace from me anymore. You don't get that grace from me anymore.
Blackmail or not, but I want y'all to hear this. Listen to this. She would have been over. He would have been over. You put me in a predicament, so I had to still kind of be cool with the nigga to make sure he don't go all the way back, and I'm not getting dragged on both sides by Team Papoose and Team Fuck This Nigga. Team Fuck This Nigga. That's your name, babe, bro.
It's an evil world we live in.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Ron back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So, when I was demonetized, I actually kind of covered this a little bit, I think, on the backup channel, which is now the live channel. Make sure y'all subscribe to that. The link is in the description if you haven't already. This seems to have gotten worse. Apparently, within like the last 24 hours, give or take, Remy Ma and Papoose were having an exchange, what seems to be on Instagram Live, I suppose, and it looks like Papoose has finally broken his silence on this whole situation. And if any of y'all are familiar with Papoose and the way this has played out, y'all know damn well I'm already, just off of this alone, ain't no way in hell I'm gonna sit over here and believe shit Remy Ma got to say, because you've been the one that been out loud about this whole situation, all the way from literally being out in public with Easy the Block Captain everywhere, who is a battle rapper if y'all don't know. But anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
Why? Could talk about he not speaking on nobody. You know why? Because he don't got nothing to say. He not even speaking on nothing over there. He just letting motherfuckers do this all day. I ain't gonna say nothing, but I'm gonna let this one say whatever. And pray that Rem not gonna say nothing to refute it. Nah, them days is fucking over. You don't get that grace from me anymore. You don't get that grace from me anymore. You just don't. You're a piece of shit, Papoose. You really are. You have turned into a piece of shit. This shit right here, the gambling, the failures that you've had in your career or whatever that didn't pan out how you wanted to, has turned you into somebody else. Don't worry about what the fuck I'm doing. What are you talking about? I could give great advice. If motherfuckers listen to me, they would be great. I actually think if that was my friend, while her friends be on my phone, calling my phone, literally playing on my phone, because they got my number from this bozo, while they playing on my phone, if that was my friend, I would be like, girl, you just turned 30 years old. You are a world champion. You are accomplished. You have made it from out the ghetto, from the slums, from the depths of Flint, Michigan. You don't got no kids. You have your whole life ahead of you. Why are you attaching yourself to this 47-year-old man that doesn't have anything going, has no career, no job, no income, except for the income that he's claiming off of you, your percentage, because he's your manager? Got you out here talking, looking crazy. He's the one that don't want to sign, don't want to get his stuff out his ex house. Doesn't be there for his child that he begged for, but telling you he wants another one. Let me guess. He's telling you he want a son, right? He has a son. He has a son. He just doesn't like his son's sexual preference, so he acts like he doesn't have a son. He has a son. We have a son who is very much alive and well, and probably feels slighted sometimes. He does. And my son, who has been like a son to him most of his life. When we got together, our children were 4 years old. They're now 24. I would be telling you, girl, get your ass from over there. What are you talking about? That's what I would be doing if that was my friend. I'm not hating on nobody. Like I told you at the very beginning, that shit is corny. It's a come up and it's corny. Okay? That's what's happening right now. That's what's happening. And you don't even see it because I get all the sweet talking and of course I gotta be the villain. She ain't shit. She this and I'm this. Show me a woman that had a man that was doing her right and she just shitted on him for no reason. This is facts. What are we talking about? I literally told my friends, they was like, yo, you think he ever gonna leave? I was like, when he finds a replacement, when he finds someone who we think he can have doing all the shit that I was doing, then he'll leave. And now I'm at peace. I am at peace. Okay? That's it.
I don't know who's more delusional, Remy Ma or the women in the chat that were over here supporting and agreeing with her. Are you out of your rabbit ass mind? This woman literally sat up here and said, who has a woman that does right by him and just shits on her for no reason? No reason? And my question for the women that are over here supporting her, did y'all forget about Easy the Block Captain? She's been seen with him for like the last couple of years. What the fuck world are y'all living in? Like, is this the multiverse where what Remy Ma and Pap did in y'all universe is different from what happened over here? Let me know, because I'm confused. Because last time I checked, she was the one that was cheating on him. And from what the video that I'm about to show you, apparently he wasn't the only person that she was cheating on Pap with. Check this out.
I try to be intimate. I'm keeping it 100 with you. I try to be intimate with her. And she came in the bed with me. She slipped out of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay. After she do that, she go back to sleep in the room with homegirl this particular night. I said, something is fishy here. I said, I ain't no rocket scientist, but this ain't adding up. You feel me? So I said, damn, something wrong, something ain't right here. So one time I had to go do something. I had to go handle some business. So I go handle business. I come back in the crib. It's a big ass crib. And they got like a long walkway to get to our bedroom. It's like a long walkway. And then on the other side is the other rooms. So I come in the crib. As soon as I walk in, I look down towards our bedroom. I see my daughter in our room by herself. I said, yo, what the heck? Where the hell is she at? So I go up the other side. And when I tell you this is a big clip, so it's a long walkway. I go to the other side. I go in the room. She in the bed. I don't see homegirl though. It's like she booked it or something when I came. But I see a whole plate, peanuts, cashew, all these type of raisins all laid out. But my daughter in the room by herself. So I said, yo, why the baby in the room by herself? She made some bullshit excuse. Extreme liar. You never seen a liar like this in your life. I said, where homegirl at? She didn't even answer that. It was just like a weird answer. I pushed past that. Moving on along. I hate to say this, y'all. I hate to say this. But you want to know why she started having so much animosity towards me? Because I ended up finding out the truth, y'all. And I'm not saying this because it's a bad thing, but I'm saying this because And when I say not a bad thing, because I don't judge people who live that lifestyle, but she has done a lot of bashing towards people who live that lifestyle and talk so bad about them and say so many foul things about them that it hurted her so bad that I knew the truth. So on another day, I caught her with this individual in our house while my daughter was on the bed with them. Ended up catching it. Now, this individual is a female. So I can't do nothing to her. I don't put my hands on females. Y'all want to know what I did? I told the individual, I said, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't put my hands on her because I'm not gonna do that. I don't hit women. But I told her to get out. I said, get the fuck out. Because I felt very disrespected that took place in my house while my daughter was right there on the bed. And you know what she did? Blame me. Said it wasn't true. Said my ears deceived me. My eyes deceived me. Which goes back to what I was telling y'all earlier. She's the type of person who will say something to you and 10 to 5 minutes later, she'll say, I didn't say that. Straight bipolar. Straight bipolar. Was diagnosed with it. So ever since I caught that, she resented me. She had a lot of animosity towards me because I knew the truth.
Oh, that might actually make some sense. And I can understand where he's coming from, like if you doing that right in front of y'all daughter. But here's my thing though. If she liked girls too, why would she talks down on that community anyway? That's what I find really weird, especially considering how long you was locked up for, and judging by the videos and pictures that I saw, how you looked when you was locked up, and just by how masculine she is and the way she carries herself, it wouldn't be shocked if she was bisexual. Not at all. My question is why talk shit on other people if you like girls and men too? That's the part that doesn't make any sense to me. But if you are like talking crazy about them, but behind closed doors you're just like them, then yeah, and he discovers this, I can understand why you might feel a way about that, because you don't want him spilling that truth, because that's gonna make you look like a hypocrite on top of what already makes you look like a hypocrite, because you over here trying to portray yourself as the victim when in reality you're really not. Papoose had more to say. Let's get into it. This next video is pretty lengthy, you guys. This is about 8 or 9 minutes, so just be patient. Let's hear what he got to say.
To lie for an hour straight and tell all these fab saying I'm covering the mic, I let it go now. It's good. Those who just came on the live. Everybody who know me, and I'm talking about speaking with my actions, I don't do this. I don't clout chase. I never come on social media talking about anything. Even when I got stabbed in my back. Even when I got stabbed in my back by the person that I moved mountains for, fought battles, did everything, was super loyal to, I still didn't slander you. I still didn't say nothing. I just kept it moving. But you had the audacity to mention my children. So since you want to mention my children, and that I can't let ride. A lot of people in your path, that's not you. Don't entertain it. You know what I'm saying? People see through it. She's bitter. She's miserable. Yeah, that's a fact. But you mentioned my children, and that I'm not letting ride. So with that being said, you abandoned my child for months. I'm sorry, for days at a time. Knowing she had to go to school the next day, knowing I had to go to work the next day, since you want to get up on here and say, oh, you don't have a job. Because you know, when I got the executive position at TuneCore initially, knowing I had to go to work the next day, knowing my daughter had to go to school, you stayed out with the lane. You stayed out with the lane. You want to talk, and you stayed out with the lane while your daughter was crying for you. Tears. Also, she wanted to talk about all of this money talk and all of this and what I don't got and what I got. Since I met her, I have written 90% of the rhymes that came out of her mouth. And with me saying that, I want to say this to y'all. Anyone who has an iPhone, you know how iPhones work. When I was younger, I used to be able to write rhymes in my head, create rhymes in my head, and remember them. Just like that. As time went on, I got a little older, I started to write rhymes in my email draft. Now, if you have an iPhone, go in your email draft. If anybody come around me and we're in the flesh next to each other, I can type in any word from one of her songs and her entire rap will come up. The entire verse will come up. I never asked for a penny. I never asked for credit. She was my wife. I didn't want anything from her. I just wanted to see her win. Like I said, I have written 90% of the rhymes that came out of her mouth since I met her. Y'all said it. Y'all said it numerous times. Oh, we know that's Pat behind that pen. Did I ever agree with y'all? Did I ever put it out there? I never said I wrote her rhymes. I left it. I didn't need the credit. All I wanted her to do was win. Wrote the rhymes, did the contracts, security, the whole shit. So you fabricating these stories, and it's very weird that you're talking all of this money talk, but in your background, it's everything that I bought. All of the utilities are in my name. So all of this fabrication about, oh, he don't pay no bills, oh, he don't do this, he don't do that. If you analyze her life, the whole thing is about all of this money talk. Why? Because she wants y'all to think that she's this big shot. I don't need to come up here and perpetrate no fraud like I'm a big shot, like I'm this and I'm that. For the simple fact that I speak with my actions. You want to talk about black love? Anybody who follow me, they know I've always been pro-black and had knowledge of self since I was a teenager. So I've represented that since I came in the door before I even knew you. Okay? So don't ever talk about black love and what else she said? I gotta remember. So, first and foremost, very bipolar, very delusional. This is a person who will sit in front of you. She will post that live and she'll say later, I didn't do that. I wasn't on live. You'll be sitting there like, huh? She will say something to you and 10 minutes later say, I never said that. Very bipolar. And I don't want to talk bad about her, man. That's something that I never wanted to do. That's why when this took place, when she first got caught cheating with the lame, I brought it to her attention. I said, first of all, I couldn't even believe that she was stooped that low because he's such a cornball. Y'all see it, y'all say it yourself. I'm like, yo, there's no way it's this nigga. Because I'm trying to figure it out. Like, damn, who is this nigga? Because, we were living a normal, peaceful life, raising our child like we planned to, and she started to move real strange. So in the process of her moving strange, it became stranger and stranger, worse and worse. So I said, damn, I gotta see what's going on. What the hell is going on? I started to do my research. As I did my research, I found out she was cheating with the lame. So once I find out, I brings it to her attention. I said, mind you, I didn't knock him out because he slept with my wife. Like I told y'all before, the reason I knocked him out was because he shook my hand and then slept with my wife. It's a difference. But let me tell y'all this. So I bring it to her attention that I found out that she's sleeping with the lame. She tells me, him? Why him? Why him out of all people? Not Goods, not Hitman. My word is my bond is my life. I should give my life before my word shall fail. This was her exact words. Him? Why would I deal with him? I said, Rem, I know you're dealing with the lame. I know it. First and foremost, how it first fell on my radar that she was cheating with the nigga, he was running his mouth and it came back to me. They said, yo, Pat, this nigga out here telling niggas he fucking your wife. I said, word. So I did a little bit more research, connect a couple more dots. I finds out. She tells me this. Okay, I finds out Mind you, it's not the first time she cheated. You know what I mean? I continued the marriage because I live by my wedding vow. I try to live by my wedding vows. Richer for poor, sicker for health, sickness and health. You know what I'm saying? Better for worse, or death to us part. So you try to work through things. Anybody out there who's married, y'all understand. So I found out she cheating with the lame. I bring it to her attention. Of course, we have an altercation, like basically argument back and forth or whatever transpired, right? Okay. She decides, and I decide that we're going to go to therapy. But she brings it to my attention, to be honest. She said, I think we should do therapy. I said, okay. Even though I'm private and I don't like to speak to people about my personal business, that was a very, very difficult thing for me to do. But I said, you know what? Let's do the therapy. We go to the therapist. The therapist's first question is, do you guys want a divorce or do y'all want to work it out? Me and her both said we want to work it out. So when she comes on live and say, we haven't slept in the bed since 2022, and to make it seem like and fabricate a story like we had some agreement, you such a liar. There was no agreement. When I found out you was with the lame, you denied it. You shitted on him. Basically said, yo, why would I be with him? Why do you think I would be with him? And then you wanted to go to therapy. So check it out now. Check it out. So when we go to therapy, the therapist says, do y'all want to get a divorce or do y'all want to work it out? Me and her both said we want to work it out. I'm going to be honest. Because honestly, I didn't want to not live under the same roof as my 5-year-old. I love all my kids the same. But when you have children, and everyone knows that about me. Everybody who know me, y'all know my character. Y'all know her character. Very rude, very disrespectful, not just to me, to everyone. But that speaks volumes. I didn't want to we planned to raise her with both parents. That was the plan. So I did not want to not live under the same roof with my little girl. I was there from the moment she came out of the womb, and I intended, and I always told her, I want to be there to the moment we take her to her prom. When she graduates high school, college, get her degrees, I want to be there to take my daughter to her prom. And I told her that. So I never wanted to leave from under the roof of my baby. That's why I stayed around for this nonsense.
And rumor has it is that he's filed for the divorce during that live show. And you know what? Hearing him say that is just another example of what men say. When you hear the saying that men sacrifice their happiness for the sake of the marriage and women sacrifice their marriage for the sake of happiness. I don't know, but based off of what he just said and how she's acting and handling this whole situation, that's what it really looks like to me. Even through all the cheating, he was still willing to work it out and stay with you, all for the sake of just keeping the family together, because that's what he promised. And that's what was important to him. Don't seem like it was as important to Remy Ma from what I can tell. And even one of his daughters jumped in and spoke about this, because even she started seeing the hypocrisy and the support that Remy Ma was getting, given that everybody clear as day in public seeing what the fuck happened. Hear what she had to say.
Hey y'all, so Papoose daughter just chimed in with a post and delete. She said, when stuff like this happens, I don't know why y'all come to my page. Leave me the F alone. Remy knows she dead wrong. Y'all all know, family, friends, everybody knows she cheated years ago. Publicly, y'all watched her do it every week. Basically, the Shade Room posted every week and y'all watched it. Watched them post her with another man. She said, is y'all cool? But she said, is y'all okay? My father just moved on. Y'all pick and choose all this dumb S. Y'all was just saying he the most loyal man in the world. Y'all know how much he loved that lady. My father didn't want the damn money. She basically saying her father didn't want Remy's money because when she was cheating, he could have took her to court, and proved that she was cheating and got alimony. Basically, she's saying he wasn't with Remy for the money, which I think we all know that. She said it's tea for y'all, but it's real life for me. She's basically saying they've been through too much as a family to be moving, with all of this publicly like this. She said, my father never in his effing life been a sassy dude. He barely talk, only talk when he need to, which I agree. You can tell Papoose is not, he don't be with all this drama stuff. And she just goes on to say, that she hate all of this happened. The reason why I believe Papoose is because, and everybody, have their right to their opinion once it hit the internet. But I believe Papoose because Remy and her boyfriend, the knockoff Papoose, has been dating for years now. When they were in the public together, Papoose never came out. He never said nothing. Like, there was so much drama back then, but Papoose always remained quiet. Even the rumors of Papoose knocking out her boyfriend, Papoose never said anything. But now that Papoose has upgraded, he is with Clarissa Shields, and they're in this limelight. They're out in public and things like that. And now it's a problem. Now she has something to say. Now everyone has something to say. I think that sometimes as women, we get so stuck in our own world and our mind thinking a man cannot upgrade from us when they really can. Remy did not upgrade to the other guy. Like, she downgraded. But Papoose upgraded. He went and started dating somebody that's doing better than Remy Ma, whether financially, no matter what it is. He went and upgraded. And a lot of women can't handle that. You can't handle because you think a man is going to always want you. You think that a man is going to always be with you. He's going to always come back to you. But that's not always the case. Men do move on and men do upgrade too. Women are not the only ones that upgrade. That's just my opinion. And yes, I'm very sunburned. But yeah.
Yeah, you damn right. I definitely believe Papoose over Remy Ma. Ain't no way in hell you gonna sit over here and play victim and I never did anything to him. Sweetheart, you cheated on him. Multiple times apparently. Easy to block captain isn't the only person. And I think the thing with her is because she knew he was the type of person that doesn't like to slander people and put things out in the public. She thought that he wouldn't come out and say anything, and then when he finally started breaking his silence and got tired of the bullshit and getting dragged through the mud and looking like a dumbass, now look at what you got. And anybody who follows Papoose knows that he really don't be on this type of time. So if he took the time to do this, what sense does it make for him to lie now when he's been quiet this whole entire time, all for the sake of not making you look bad? Because that's just how crazy he is about you. And I know this to be true because this man made a skeleton key and was going to risk his own freedom to try to get her out of jail. Yeah. And we still got women over here supporting her and over here trying to shit on Papoose. Oh yeah, he's not broke, by the way. I looked up his net worth. His net worth is $500,000. And like he said, he got an executive position somewhere. He doing okay. Anyway, y'all let me know what you thought about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because that helps with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also look out for the travel vlog channel as well as the live show channel. Both links are in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.